Neca's released so many TMNT figures over the past 10 years, from comic book TMNT to animated TMNT, arcade, a movie, and the future of this series with TMNT is possibly endless. But we'd like to take a time to look back at what we've been given. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look back and see what are the top 10 favourite TMNT figures out of my collection. But in this video, I will not be doing it alone, because I'll be doing it with
Hello there, folks. This is David from Displaying Model Behavior. I have my own YouTube channel where I cover literally everything under the action figure umbrella. So from NECA to Hasbro, McFarlane, and all points in between. If it's action figure related and we can spend huge amounts of money on it, then I'm going to be covering it and I have a good time doing it. And it's a pleasure to be here. So we're doing our top 10 Turtles action figures. Now, I wanted to make sure this was both the NECA animated and the movie verse as well, because it's funny. I must admit, just recently, before you asked me to do this show, I sold my NECA animated turtles. I loved them. I really did. But I'm sure you can appreciate I needed a little extra spending money. I needed some folding cash, so I had to let them go. But oh my goodness, I remember exactly which ones were my favorites. And I can tell you from, descending order, my number 10 was Metalhead. I thought Metalhead was a fantastic addition because I used to have the 80s little Metalhead toy, and I loved that because I love robot cyborg versions of characters and evil doppelgangers and all those kinds of things. And I thought that NECA did an amazing job of recreating the look of Metalhead from the cartoon, from the animated series. And to have him there, because he was so big and bulky, I thought he was just a great kind of like centerpiece for the collection. What did you think? You must have Metalhead, yeah?
no, I didn't buy Motorhead just because I'm only picking out certain ones because the 87 one isn't my favourite one, but like I did quite enjoy the look of that one. Um,
Yeah, he's very cool.
and from my number 10 spot is the Turtles in Disguise 4 pack. Well, I haven't received them yet, but like from what I've seen of them, they do look really interesting. So it's all top 10, but sort of like an honorable mention.
Yeah, that's certainly understandable. And the turtles in disguise, they're actually great because it gives people who didn't have the chance to buy the turtles originally, it gives them a chance to actually pick up the four original turtles.
Yeah. And what do you have for your number 9 spot?
For my number 9 spot, it's a very basic entry. It's simply animated Leonardo. I thought I will only choose. Actually, no. You know what? After just saying that, I'm going to change that. Actually, it's animated Michelangelo, because I was just going through it in my head there. What do the different turtles have? What are their accessories? Because I figure you've got to have one turtle in your top 10 list, but only one, because otherwise, you would have taken up half the space. So Michelangelo, I went for because I love some of his accessories. He's got the communicator, which is a really great touch, and also he's got the two nunchaku, obviously, and the fact that they're actually on proper chain, like that's a really nice touch. And then finally, to be able to display him with the spinning version of the nunchaku, that was really cool. And doesn't he have the turtle, the grappling hook as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so much stuff that came with Michelangelo. He's the turtle I picked for this one.
And from my number 9 spot, I chose the arcade Leatherhead just because I really feel like it captured the game and all the other arcades or other arcade games that came out around that era, and also it sort of like fits into like all the other versions of NECA Turtles. Like with an animated one, you can sort of fit it in, but sort of not.
Yeah. Oh, and absolutely, because you can kind of fudge them together a bit. And is the arcade Leatherhead? That's the same mold, isn't it? It's just done with a pixel paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. I thought he looks great, and I never got Leatherhead because did he come in a 2 pack? Was he with someone else?
Yes, he came with Slash.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I really wanted those two, and every time I saw them, they were so expensive on the secondhand market. I thought, nah, Can't do it. Can't do it. So yes, my next one, number eight now, isn't it? So
Yes.
my number eight figure was actually I love villains. So the Rat King in at number eight, a real classic animated series villain because I think he popped up very early in the animated series, and it's funny. I was so obsessed with turtles when I was a kid, growing up in the late '80s, well, the mid '80s. And so I watched that first series so many times back to back, and the Rat King was always really cool, really creepy, and just like they've done with the whole NECA line, they captured his animated style so beautifully. I think he's got a great expressive face, and he who was it he came packed with?
Oh,
Was
it's
it
him.
Vernon?
Yes.
That's right. Oh, because you had the rats Vernon, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that being sort of an accessory together, that was really fun. But yeah, easily the Rat King, he deserves a place on the list.
And for my number eight spot, I'll choose the foot soldier. I couldn't specifically choose what one because, well, they're just foot soldiers. But I feel like the reason why I like them so much just so they can actually like armored build, and like when you have them all together, especially in like the size which I have them in, they look like so beautiful all together there.
That's a really good choice. Yeah, I do like that you can differentiate the foot soldiers and have the different weapons and the broken ones, and you can really make a decent display with those. I think for my next entry, for my number seven, it's easily going to be going over to the movie side now. And for the movie side, I'm going to start with the regular 1990 Shredder. I thought that's, Shredder is always great. He's always so cool looking. And I thought the movie is a funny one because I love the 90s movie. I think it's just still stands up so well with the beautiful Jim Henson puppets and stuff. But I always felt the Shredder costume was kind of odd that it was so sparkly and shiny and very flamboyant. And I think why would he design a costume like that? But still, the NECA version that has the soft cape with the bendy wire in it, that adds such a great kind of feeling of texture and quality to it because he still costs the same as a regular figure. But when you've got those cloth goods, it feels like it adds a lot of value to it. So that coupled with the fact that his armor has great texture to it, the face sculpt with the helmet is perfect. Yeah, easily Shredder for me there.
And for my Sims book, I would have to say the original movie Raphael, just because I never really, or I don't think anyone really thought that would begin figures like this, and then like, to actually hold them in hand is like a really different experience. But then to like recreate like some of your favorite movie moments, it, it really just like completes childhood.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really great call there. I really dig that one. So I think now that I'm looking down my list, I'm realizing, wow, it's all about the villains because I'm just I think the villains are the most fun looking characters because they're so crazy and ridiculous. So for my next entry, it's got to be Mutagen Man. Do you have Mutagen Man? He's quite a new one.
No. I only really collected only a few just because when money was an issue, um,
I understand that.
but I was only collecting like only a few that like really meant a lot to me. So it was only turtles, a few villains, and ones in the background.
That's cool. That's cool. Mutagen Man, I don't think I ever saw the episode that he was in, but I did see the original action figure for him again from the 80s line. And I thought it was such a weird design with these body parts floating around in this vat of chemicals and then with the arms sticking out of it. I thought it was so gross, so weird. I absolutely had to choose him. So when they did a new version, when NECA announced him, I thought, excellent. That's the last one I needed. So actually, that was the last figure I got before I then packed them all up and shipped them off. But that was a good one to finish with.
And for my number six, I'd have to say the Krang Android body, just because it really just I feel like it just really gives or just like a really good time capsule of the 80s, really, in a nutshell. But also I feel like it's a really good figure, but and it's and again like with all the other ones we said, like it really just creates some of your favorite scenes.
Yeah, I think they did a fantastic job with that. They really did, and it captured that was actually the figure that made me decide to collect the NECA turtles. So actually, I was going to have him in my number two spot, but actually, there's other ones that I want to swap around. So we can talk about. I'll choose a different figure because yeah, Android Krang was amazing. When I saw that figure for the first time, when I saw the preview pictures, I was like, oh wow, they absolutely nailed it. Everything about it they did so well. They got it absolutely spot on, and it was nice that they actually thought ahead and they gave you some replacement parts as well. They had a spare antenna that goes on his head because they just knew that that was probably going to get broken at some point. So I appreciate NECA doing that, but yeah, the fact that he came with so many ridiculous accessories as well, like his bath shower stuff is so stupid but also so much fun. So yeah, I love that guy. So my next figure, are we on six? No, five.
5.
Five. I'm glad that you're keeping track here. Yeah. So yeah, I know numbers are difficult. So yeah, my next one going back over to the movies now, but this is the second movie now. So this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, and I'm going to do a bit of a cheat with this one. You got to have the 4-pack. So I'm going to go for the 2-pack of Tokka and Raza. I thought they were so much fun. Again, I keep repeating the same things because it's true for so many of the figures. Tokka and Raza, that I love that they are based on actual costumes. Like there's a costume that someone designed and put together, and you could see it on screen. And the fact that they managed to then turn that into a walking, moving, actual creature. I love that kind of stuff. So to have both those figures there, and they're big as well. They look really big and menacing. So yeah, Tokka and Raza were an easy fifth place there.
And for my fifth place, I'll have to give it to the movie Casey Jones. I feel like this one just catches everything great about that movie and really just catches his essence. And like I said before, also you can just recreate film scenes, and some of those ones were with Casey. So I feel like this figure was like a must-have for most people.
Yeah, that's a really good choice. I thought they got the likeness of the character really well. They did a great job with that. Yeah, so sometimes it's a bit, oh, it's not too great when they do that, but actually in this instance they got it spot on. So that was terrific. So for my next one, this is number 4 now. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Cool. For my next one is Splinter, animated Splinter. Again, going with the cloth goods, the fact that he's got his kimono, I think that just adds so much more to the character to see him there on the shelf. And then he has so many different accessories as well, with the books and the potted plant and the little hamster and all those different things. And he's got his flaming sword as well as his walking stick. Yeah, then with the animated expression, yeah, animated Splinter, that's a great one.
For my number 4, I'll have to do one which you've already talked about, which is the movie Shredder. I feel like this.
Mm.
I feel like just like whatever like angle way you look at him, he just has that really like threatening appearance for which they portrayed in the movie, and to do it in the figure form, it just is mind blowing. And I just, and for me, I just can't decide like where to put him, like because where I put him, it just looks too cool to be in one place.
Yeah, I completely get that. Totally. For my right, we're in top 3 now, so this is quite a big one. So my number third makes sense. My third place is animated Baxter Stockman. So I had Splinter, and I've got the other half of that 2-pack with Baxter. I think for a human fly hybrid, he's so cute. Like, he's adorable. He just looks so goofy with like these big sort of fly cheeks and the huge big eyes. And again, going back to the childhood cartoons, like they captured that look perfectly. And then he's got his little gun with his different animals, creatures he can mutate people into, and the little shredder fly as well, which is so adorable, with the little fly with the shredder helmet. The accessories are brilliant. The more I'm talking about him, the more I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have sold it. But yeah, I think the Baxter fly, absolutely fantastic.
And for my number three, I'll have to give it to the comic book turtles, just because like these were like the first ones for like really putting Nick on the market for like the big TMNT figures. And I think without these, we wouldn't probably have all the other ones today. And I feel like these ones do capture the comic books so well, and just everything that come after it is just presented so well in these figures.
Yeah, they did a great job with those ones. So for my second place, it's going to be one of my actual just basic favorite figures. I really love this guy, and that is the Super Shredder from Secret of the Ooze. I think this figure is everything that I love in action figures. He's huge, big, bulky, chunky, and just looks so imposing and intimidating. Like you're talking about the previous Shredder, that's just like him, and then just jazzed up to this huge extra level. And then the fact that he's got the cloth cape adds a little bit more zhuzh, a bit more sort of quality to it. And then he's got the mutagen canister. He's got his crazy staff spear and the ridiculous, like, crazy eyes coming out from the face. Super Shredder. I have him now that I don't have a Turtles collection. I have him in my just shelf of bad looking dudes. So it's like him and Shao Kahn and a couple of the Mythic Legions and some Spawn figures. He fits right in there. So yeah, I love that guy.
I would also have to say like that figure also gives me the vibes of the like 90s figure as well. Like
Mm.
I feel like more so like the new UK variant or whatever one that was, but like, it really just feels so much like that one. So for my number two, I'd have to give it to Vern. Now the reason why is because this was the one that really made me want to get into this line, and it's just so weird, but it works. And to have like go so deep into this line where like we're doing all these crazy figures like Vern, and all the other ones, it's just so weird, but it works so well here, and it's just weird but perfect in a way.
I dig that. Yeah, it was funny. I was wondering when you said Vern, I thought, okay, that did sound odd to me. I need a reason, an explanation for that. And actually, I get it now. I can see what you're referring to. So like, yeah, okay, I'll give you Vern. That does make a lot of sense actually, because again, with the Rat King 2-pack and whatnot, I can appreciate he's very well put together and he looks really cool. So finally, for my number one figure, I can reach him because I do still have my four movie turtles. So number one with a bullet is movie Leonardo. I think of all the Jim Henson figures that they were able to recreate, this is just absolutely perfect. They got the likeness. Like if you see various photos of this figure, it just looks like a still from the movie. It's so well made. And then even looking at the eyes, the eyes actually look kind of glinted and sort of metallic. Well, not metallic. What am I trying to say? Whatever it is, they look terrific. So yeah, easily number one figure is NECA movie Leonardo.
Well, for my number one, which is one that you've already said, is the Rat King. The reason for it is just because I remember watching an episode as a kid, and it's probably like the main reason why I like Dividend so much. And to be able to recreate all those scenes is it's almost like a dream come true. And
Yeah,
yeah,
no, that's a really great selection. As we were going down the list, I was thinking I probably should have put Rat King higher actually, because he is really good.
so yeah, those are our top 10. Is there anything you'd like to say to my fans?
Hey guys, thank you so much for inviting me into your living room or your bedroom or wherever it is that you're watching this video. It's always a pleasure, and also a big thank you to you as well for having me on your show, my friend. I love to help out other creators and pop up in different random places. So to be on this Turtle Talk doing this, that's fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being here. I do hope you guys do go and follow David, as he is an amazing toy reviewer, and he just talks about toys, not specifically all about TMNT, but he has had does do other TMNT, well not TMNT videos, but other toy reviews like Marvel Legends, and like he said with all the other toy lines that he's done, So definitely give him a watch if you're into toys or anything like that, or if you're just into Marvel, just want some stuff to just really just watch and have some fun with. He's definitely a good guy to watch, and I could not recommend him enough. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you do like something, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.